MachineTutorials.com. You wanna rock that machine? St. Joe and not square. MachineTutorials.com.
Hey, what's good? This is St. Joe, MachineTutorials.com. All right, so say you got all your preferences set up. Now you want to get your audio and MIDI settings configured. You're going to go back over to the File menu, and instead of Preferences, we're going to click on Audio and MIDI Settings. So now you got pretty much your basic configuration for your audio and MIDI devices. You choose your driver. I'm choosing ASIO on Windows. If you're on a Mac, you're probably going to be using the core audio driver. Then you use choose whatever device you want to use. So I'm using the ASIO Sapphire, which is my Sapphire interface, but I can choose any of the other interfaces that I have. Right here is going to be your sample rate. This is going to show your latency of what you're set at. And if you click this button, it's going to actually open up your device's control panel. So if you have a separate control panel for your device or your audio interface, you can click that and it'll open up. Over here on your routing, you got inputs and outputs. So this is basically where you're going to set up what machine is going to sample from or record from and where it's going to send audio out to. So this is pretty much going to be up to you as far as how many inputs and outputs you have on your device and which ones you want to use. But the main thing you want to remember is you have two channels for a machine input. So you can see this says machine N1 and machine N1. So they're both machine N1, but it's left and right. So you need to set up an input for both the left and right channel if you want to have stereo input. So I have the input 1, input 2. I just went in and set it up, input 3, input 4, whatever. But you can go in here and change it anytime you need to. Sometimes I may go in and set this one to maybe my loop back so I can record whatever's playing on my computer. So it's just whatever you want to record from. Just make sure you set it up in stereo pairs if you want to sample in stereo. Same with the output. Most of the time, you're just going to be using one output, but if you need to, you want to route stuff to all your external outputs, maybe you want to use some external effects or stuff like that, you can do that here as well. But the main thing you want to do is make sure you have out one left and right going to your main output of your audio device. Then in your MIDI inputs, it's pretty much the same thing, inputs, outputs. And in here, you just turn them on and off. So it's going to show all the MIDI devices that you have as far as inputs and outputs, and you can turn them on and off just by clicking on it. Same with the outputs. If you want to send MIDI out of machine to something else, then you want to make sure that it's turned on in here. Also, if you're not getting any input from your machine controller, you want to make sure that your machine input is turned on. So you see I got MK2, or if you got the MK1 connected, whatever one you have connected, you want to make sure that it's actually turned on so you can send MIDI to machine. So it's pretty much straightforward. But of course, if you got any questions, let me know. This is St. Joe, MachineTutorials.com.